Hey guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to cover your brows with glue. So this is called brow blocking. It's popular in the drag community, but also if you do special effects, you need your eyebrows out completely, just I guess depending on what you're doing. But oh, also, I have these on here because I'm breaking out, and obviously if I'm gluing down my brows, I can't have anything on your base. You need a completely clean base, no foundation or anything. So yeah, thought you look a little cuter than my pimple. So yeah, that's that. So the glue stick method is probably the most popular way to cover your brows because it's kind of the cheapest, I guess I would say, and it's probably the fastest as well. So yeah, let me show you guys. So I'm just gonna be using the white glue stick, not the purple. Honestly guys, I haven't noticed much of a difference, and I've been covering my brows for about 3 years now, and I'm telling you, I don't know why the purple glue stick has so much hype, but I think that they work exactly the same. So to start off, I like to wet my brows. So you don't want them like soaked or anything like that, but just like a little damp. So I'm just going in with, this is a toner. You can either use a toner or water. The one that I'm using is by, is it Art Naturals? But yeah, any toner will do. You just want them to be a little damp. This just helps to thin out the glue and doesn't get your eyebrows all clumpy. Because sometimes if you go straight in with the glue stick, it just all globs together. And this is just a glue stick from CVS. So I like to go against the grain first to make sure that you're fully coating every hair. And then I like to do a little swirl in here. That way it looks a little chunky there, but you can just smooth it out to make sure that all of the hairs are completely coated. Then you're gonna wanna wait for this layer to dry, and then we're gonna coat over it again. But I'll do this one in the meantime. All right, now that that one's dried down a little bit, we're gonna go in for the second coat. So it doesn't need to be completely dry before you go in with other coats. You just wanna make sure that it's dry enough. And then if you have any clumping on the ends like this just did, you can go back in with the excess that's left on with that toner, and that'll just smooth it down. I think the most important part of your brow to get down is the front part here, because these hairs tend to be a little bit more coarse and they're harder to lay down than the ends of your brow. So you want to make sure that you put a lot of focus there. I think I'm probably going to do one more layer after this, and then I think we're good. The way that you can tell whether your brow hairs are completely laid down is just to feel it here. So if you feel any texture, you're going to want to go over it again. So I'm doing one more layer. If you guys have super coarse brows, you can always use a spoolie to do this. I know a lot of people do that. What they'll do is they'll put the glue on and then use like a spoolie, like one of these guys from like a brow thing, and then they just go like this. And then they go with the glue and make sure that every little brow is swept up. But I don't have super coarse hairs, so this is just what I do. Okay, so we're gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I conceal them. Alright guys, now that these are completely dry and I have enough coats on there, so when you're running your finger along there, there's absolutely no texture, it should just feel smooth. We're gonna go in and conceal them. So I like to use a concealer that has kind of like an orangey tint to it. The one that I like to use is the Pro Conceal. This is Creamy Beige, but it has like an orangey hint to it. So the orange just cancels out some of that brown tone or any kind of darker tone. All right guys, we are gonna leave this on for, I would say about a minute before we blend it out. I actually learned this trick from Harush. So for concealer, if you let it like kind of sit for a little bit before blending it out, it makes the consistency a little bit thicker, and it just makes it more full coverage because it's a little bit thicker. So yeah, we're just gonna let it dry down slightly before blending it in. Alright guys, now I'm just using a sponge to blend it in. So you kind of just want to focus more on the perimeter here, so you're keeping most of the pigment on the actual brow. Right now you're going to see it through a little bit here, but once we do the foundation it should be covered. If not, sometimes you just need to go over it again with another concealer layer, and then you're fine. Now I'm going to go in with setting powder, so you want to set this and put powder over it before you put the foundation on. So I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution banana powder. And I'm just gonna pack this on using a powder puff. Then you can just dust away any excess on here. Right, now I'm going to go in with an Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. So this is their Luminous foundation in 315N. So I just apply this to my sponge here. Wonder if I can go over my face with these little stars. You know what? I'm just going to take these off. Alright, so I think that they're looking pretty good, but I am going to go over, because you can see right here a little bit. So I am going to go over with some more concealer. So the one that I'm going to use is the Stay Matte Concealer by Rimmel London. This is in shade Porcelain. And I'm just going to let this dry down like I did before. So just give it about 30 seconds to a minute. Now this time I'm just using my finger so that the sponge doesn't absorb any pigment here from the concealer. And I'm just kind of blending out the perimeter like I did before. So you don't want to touch the center of the brow. Well, you want to touch the center of the brow, but you want to keep it really light. And then around it is where you want to tap and blend it in. Right guys, now I'm obviously just going to set that. Alright guys, so this is the finished brow look. So this eyebrow is always my struggle eyebrow, so that's why it's peeking through a little bit. Such a pain in the ass. I mean, this one I feel like is good to go. Like I said before guys, there are so many different methods to concealing your eyebrows. A lot of people use like spirit gum or like more professional glues, but when you get into that stuff, you can rip out your eyebrow hairs. It can be kind of a mess. So I just like using this. It's the fastest, easiest way. Glue sticks are super cheap. So yeah, this is my go-to method, guys. It's not like super exact. I don't do it for drag, so it's not something that's as big of a deal. If you are using like body paint or anything like that, which is what I typically glue my brows down for, what I'll do is you still want to set them. So I go in with the Ben Nye Death Wheel. I also have a few of these in different colors, so whatever I'm going to be painting my face down with, I typically try to match it with a cream concealer that like kind of goes with it. That way it's concealing them, and then I put the powder over it, and then I paint. So even when you're using paint, you still want to make sure that you conceal your brows. It's really important, because if you don't, sometimes your brows can peek through later on down the line. And you don't want that to happen, so you want to make sure that they're fully secure, they're in there, they're locked in. So yeah, this is my eyebrow covering tutorial. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure to give the video a like if you liked it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I'm going to be pumping out videos like crazy for Halloween. So I'm thinking Monday through Friday for videos, and then skipping Saturday and Sunday. What do you guys think about that? That way, I believe it's still 20 videos. Something like that. But let me know what you guys think. I love you guys so much. If you have any other ideas for things that you want to do, this video was requested. That's the reason why I'm doing it. I know that I'm not the most like professional eyebrow coverer, but this is how I do them. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.